Hello, my name is Contover, and welcome to the Current Buzz. Today we have two grannies on the road with us. We're going to talk about their experiences in regards to traveling through Massachusetts. I want you to listen. We have all these beautiful women here. We have Marcia Rothwell, right? And we have Beth Sobiloff, right?
Yes.
I said that right.
You said it right.
Okay,
Yes,
right.
thank you.
Yeah. This is what they do. Grannies travel all over the state of Massachusetts or the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and they meet people and they go to local cable shows and talk about their experiences in travel. They live in Plymouth, Massachusetts. Is that correct? Plymouth,
She
Mass?
lives in Plymouth.
Oh.
And I live in Sagamore Beach.
Oh, Sagamore Beach. I'm sorry.
Not far, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
not
I
far.
can walk to
Yeah, and they're up here in Chelmsford now, and their experience in Chelmsford. They went to breakfast this morning, and now they're taping this morning here at Chelmsford Telemedia. So we welcome you to Chelmsford, and
Thank you.
it's still early in the morning, so you haven't seen very much.
Not yet.
What do you think? Well, what do you think anyway? I mean, you're going to say positive things about Chelmsford, right?
Definitely.
Even though you've only been here for a couple of hours.
You're not even that.
Yeah.
Yes, no, most definitely.
Well, we had a great reaction from people when we went to Facebook and asked people in Chelmsford, what should we see and do in Chelmsford? And we had over 100 people respond and tell us what's good here, and it just sounds like we're going to have a great day.
Oh, good. That's encouraging. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. You go on Facebook and you go to the. I don't know how Facebook works because I'm not on Facebook,
You're
right?
not on Facebook. We go on a forum
Okay.
and we ask people, say we're two grannies on the road, and ask where the restaurants they would recommend. And then we ask their historic, we're in Massachusetts, what would be special about their town. And also we ask three or four things. What is your favorite about your town?
Okay.
And then a lot of times we get 100 or 150 or sometimes 60. And my job is to organize it.
Okay.
And I will copy everything. And then I go, oh, this was mentioned so many times. Well, we better check that out and see if it's convenient to interview and film. So the community tells us where to go. We're on the internet, but we're not just going to travel advisors or anything like that. The community actually tells us what they believe should be done. Then we go, and then Beth has the hard part. She gets to edit everything.
Oh, so in other words, they tell you where to go for breakfast. Now, I'm not going
Everywhere.
to mention where you went for breakfast because that's not fair to other people in town.
Okay.
Then they tell you where to go to lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And do they tell you where to go to dinner too?
A lot of times, but most of the time, unless we're staying overnight, we need to go home at that time.
Right.
But we end the day with ice cream,
Yes, that's
whenever we can.
yes.
Now, where are you going to have ice cream? Do you know?
Yes, right down the street from here.
That's right. I know. That's where I go. I'm within walking distance, so I put a lot of weight on because of that ice cream stand. Sully's Ice Cream is that's the place to go. That's where a lot of children go after school on Fridays, and the two middle schools they meet there, and they cause problems, but that's all right. So yeah, Sully's is a good place to go. It's a spot where a lot of people meet and have ice cream, and it's great. I know the owner, and he's a cool person. You'll like it. I get there. What do I get? The orange pineapple ice cream.
Oh, interesting.
My husband would get that.
Yeah, see, orange pineapple is great. So yeah. Speaking of husbands, what does he say when you go on the road? What is he? Is he happy?
Go. No, he's been very, very supportive. So that's awesome. Sometimes we do trips together, but usually he's working. So he's been really great about this.
Oh, good. Tell him, two wonderful women. Tell him that I said so. So you're on the road. You go to a particular town. I know you've been asked 100 times, what's the best town that you've been into? And what's your comment on that?
And we usually say the last one we went
Last
to.
one. Okay, that's a good one.
But,
What was the
yes.
last one you went to, by the way?
We went to Natick a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you had breakfast there?
Breakfast, lunch, we went to a community farm. We visited a couple of businesses, always the Historical Society, because we always want to get the background of the area. What is the history of
Right.
the area? We had a good time.
I like historical societies because I tell people if they're veterans and their spouses and they pass away and their spouses don't know what to do with their medals or their paperwork and pictures, they should donate it to the historical societies of their particular town because they would archive it and keep a record of it where
Yes.
it would be in perpetuity. They would have the record. So.
Yes, we see a lot of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's real important. So, so you get it. Do people call you at all and say, come to our place?
Yes.
They do. They often do. Yes, come and visit our town. Come to our alpaca farm. Come to our council on aging. Different things that they'll invite us, and then we'll say, okay, well, let's go explore that town.
Yeah. What's the most interesting thing you did in one of these towns?
Loaded question.
Yeah, that's another loaded question.
That's probably a common question that you get.
Well, yes, we do.
Yeah.
And I have to say that on the way home today, usually Beth asks me, sometimes I ask her, what was the favorite thing you did? Or what did you enjoy the most? Maybe not favorite.
That's
then we discuss and we think about over the day what we've done. And we always go pretty high back home talking about our day.
Yeah, but there are some standouts. Like we went to the Hubbardston Mass. It's a little town
Yeah, I
of
know where
4,000
it is.
people.
Yeah,
Okay,
I know where
and we were invited by Plainview Farm. It's an alpaca farm, and that's why we decided to go there. And lo and behold, there's a man there, a man and his son, who have the world's largest collection of Back to the Future memorabilia, including 3 DeLoreans.
No kidding.
That's hard to top,
Yeah, that is.
right? That was fascinating.
We didn't
I bet.
really understand that this was going to happen. And he said we drove up, and there was this beautiful carriage and sleigh out there. And I said, what's going on? And he tells us he's taking us to a barn. Now, this barn was a building. It was not a barn. The humidity was just set. Everything was. And he had 5 buildings. We only got to 4 because we had not planned. Everything was just amazing.
That was one of my favorite movies.
Well, and all the money they make, they send it for Parkinson's disease.
Yeah, to the Michael J. Fox
Fox
Foundation.
And they have some figures that look just like Doc and Michael Jackson.
Michael J. Fox.
J. Fox.
J. Fox, right.
That was my grandma.
In fact, they've both been there.
Yes.
Yes. It was.
no kidding.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
The whole thing is amazing. Jurassic Park, they have.
Should I have him on my show?
Oh,
Absolutely.
I think you should. I would definitely.
Do you have his contact, email, to phone number? Or?
Yeah,
Yes.
we do.
Okay,
We
just
do
text it
know.
over to me and,
I think that
I'll
would.
follow up on it.
Yeah.
But we have also been dog sledding.
Wow, that's interesting. Where?
In the hill towns in Central Mass and Chesterfield, right?
Chesterfield,
and we
yeah.
did it, and there wasn't any snow, so it was on a buggy. So we did that. We have done a river rat race, a canoe river rat race,
Which was-
that goes from Athol to Orange, 6 miles.
6 miles, and we
Race.
did it, and we didn't get dumped.
We stayed dry.
Wow.
Yes, we came in last, but we were dry.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we
That was
we
a
had no
blast.
idea what we were getting into.
Yeah.
Somebody had suggested, we had visited, and said, well, if you come back, you should come back for the race. So we said, okay. And then the day before the race, on Friday, they kept saying, have you done this before? No. Are you paddlers? No.
Everybody we met was like, oh.
I said, haven't you done it? Oh, no. And
They're like,
hope you don't get dumped. Everyone. I said, Beth, what are we getting ourselves into?
That's great.
And so we're ready to take off. And there was another canoe right next to us. And we go this way, and they go, and they dump, and they hit us. And I thought, we're not even going to get out in the river. But we did not go in. We did see other people. We did have a couple. We had the wind turn us around.
Wow.
And we kind of went into the
Weeds a little bit.
weeds, and Beth was in the back, so she was in charge of.
Okay, that's enough.
I got to tell this part.
Now, were you
So
in
she
your
kept
bathing
saying,
suits?
right.
Were you in your bathing suits?
She had a wetsuit on.
Oh,
This
wow.
is the first weekend in April. The water was cold.
No doubt.
And I was going, well, anyhow, she kept saying, go right, go right, go right. And finally, I put my paddle down, and I said, Beth, I don't know what you want. Oh, left, left, left. And we got it turned around, and we went down.
Good.
And it was actually after we got going, because the paddlers, they're aggressive. They're going to win. They go all
Yeah.
over these
Yeah, there were
places.
some like professional paddlers.
Yes,
kidding.
they
Yeah.
definitely were. But we went down. It was
that's
a
interesting.
beautiful day, and the river was nice. And, we went the 6 miles, and they cheered us on. And they made us feel good, because they say sometimes people, for the first time, take hours. We took an hour and a half. So I was very pleased.
Good. Was it aluminum
No,
canoe or this
no,
wooden canoes?
They're,
Styrofoam?
No.
no,
Plexiglass?
no. They have certain rules on their canoes, because this started 58.
They can't be racing canoes.
They cannot
They're
be racing.
regular. Anyway? Yeah, it was Billy Goat Boats in Orange loaned us a boat to use.
And
a
they had
canoe.
our logo on it, and somebody else sponsored us.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it was a huge deal. The whole town comes out, but it was 50, will be 59 this year.
Athol to Orange. I know the area.
Yes.
That two men had gone to a bar 59 years ago, and they bet
In Athol.
on who could win.
Who could get to
And I
Orange
think
first?
for a long time, the people that went were more interested in the liquor, the beer, and everything else.
Of
Now
course.
it's a huge town. They have a parade. They have the
No
fair.
kidding.
It
It's
involves
all-
more than the
it's
two
all-
I have
towns.
to look it up. Yeah.
It's all ages. It's not.
Yeah.
River Rat Race.
Now, when you were in Orange, right, they have an airfield there, right? And
Yes.
they have parachute jumping.
Yes, they
Yes.
do.
there?
Yeah, we did
Now,
not get to see. We
did
went.
you jump?
No, we did not get to see anybody
Okay.
jump. We saw the airfield.
All right.
Yes, that we did do.
Now, we have in Pepperell, Massachusetts, it's right nearby, there's an airfield, and they jump. So they can put you on a tandem, and you can jump out of the plane.
You
Think
can.
about it.
I've been on.
have.
I have a glider. I've been out, and they take off from our cliff.
Oh, that's right. There's a gliding school in the South Shore.
Well, the fellow that runs it is from Nantucket and comes over. They're all over the world. I went up once. It was great.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was wonderful.
We're adventurous, but I'm not jumping out of a perfectly good airplane.
A good airplane? Okay.
a
Okay.
bad
I
one.
just thought if you go to Northampton or Orange or Pepperell that you could jump and,
Sure, she could. I'll
yeah,
watch.
I'm sure.
I'll let you. I need to film. You need to do it.
Beth, don't worry. They have guys who can film it in the air when you jump. So don't worry about that.
Don't tell her.
Yeah. So you come, Granny. We have Grannies on the road here, and they're talking about their experiences traveling through how many communities? There's how many communities in Massachusetts?
351.
And you plan to hit every single one eventually.
We are. And
Yes.
our mission really is to get people out our age, whether they're with a walker or a wheelchair, and there's things to do a half an hour, maybe 2 hours away that you can do in your own state. The only thing we don't have here is a desert. We've got the hills, we've got the mountains, and of course we have the ocean.
We have the skiing.
And we have the
Rivers.
skis,
You have
rivers.
everything
We've
here.
got everything.
Forests,
And
farms.
there's so much in every town if you take the town.
Now, you went to my favorite place in Ipswich, Massachusetts, right? The Clam
We
Box.
did. Oh,
And I love the Clam Box. I'll drive from Chelmsford to Ipswich just to go to the Clam Box. And the trick of going to the Clam Box is not to feed on the French fries or the coleslaw. just get the box of clams.
And that's what we did.
See, I knew. Good. You had good advice, whoever told you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
great.
it was very good. Yes. Yeah, we've
So-
had some good food. Let's
Oh,
face it.
we
Across
had
the,
excellent.
we say that we're eating our way through Massachusetts.
Wow, that's a good one. I like that.
But this is town number 71.
71. Wow.
Yes.
Thank you for being 71.
Yes. Yeah.
Definitely. And how do they treat you in the towns when you come there? Are they open, or most people would be open because they want to show the town off, so to speak, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've walked into little diners where they cheered us, and
We have people waiting for us with,
No
with a
kidding.
banner across. Grannies.
kidding.
Look, it's not
they'll
what
come
we
up.
expect.
They'll come up to us in parking lots and shake our hands because we say we're coming. If you see us, wave, say hi, honk.
We
you know.
had one. We had Santa Claus came, and he was on this little scooter. It was freezing out there, and all he had was his head. And we saw him kind of scoot away.
Yeah, he came on a scooter to greet us.
to greet us.
That was Lester.
Yep.
In
Okay.
Lester.
Yeah. Leicester is in the South Shore, right? Am I correct?
No, Lester's out past Worcester.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
Leicester, okay. I'm trying to remember my geography and stuff, but I know Hubbardston, that's why. I may go up to Hubbardston.
Well,
see that.
most people don't know where Hubbardston is.
Yeah, or Templeton, all those little towns in the center. They
Mm-hmm.
just drive by them on the interstate or
Yeah.
Route 2, and they just forget all these small
Exactly,
towns.
exactly.
Right.
Last fall, actually November, they had something called the Country Roads Tour, and there were 19 stops that were shops and restaurants in 7 different towns
In the
that
Commonwealth.
north central
Okay.
Mass, north central area. You know, Phillipston, Hubbardston, and they had a thing. It was 4 weekends, and it was to encourage people to shop locally for Christmas.
Yeah.
We went to all 19 stops in 2.5 days,
Wow.
and we shopped like crazy. We went and met a bunch of wonderful people, local artisans that do beautiful work. We had a blast.
And they were all different. We didn't repeat.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes if you go to a fair or you go to in a town, you go to stores, you start to see repeat. This was not true with them. It was really a very interesting way. We did 2.5 days, probably most people would not spend, but it really was different, really out in the woods, some of the places. Yeah, it was
Wow,
really
cool.
interesting.
I
It
like
really
that.
was.
I like that. So people don't realize in regards, what about the foliage in Western Massachusetts? They should go out to the western part of the state. Have you been out there during the foliage? Any other?
We went a little early
Early?
last year.
Oh,
We
okay.
went a
Probably-
little
that
bit
was
too
probably
early,
smart.
but you know, we have foliage where we are too.
Yeah,
So,
but
and-
it's not like Western Massachusetts,
Well,
beyond the Connecticut River. I mean, it's
No, it is.
something
It
to
really
see.
is.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's
no.
really. Any book stops? Any ideas in regards to having a book or anything like that? Has anybody approached you?
Maybe.
Oh, okay. I mean, I think it would be great.
I mean, it's a little overwhelming. I would love to do a book about travel in Massachusetts,
Okay.
but with 351 communities, like, you can't leave anybody out. It would be amazing. I think probably something digital would fit the bill.
I see.
But yeah, we've had a lot of people tell us, hey, I went to this certain restaurant or shop or town because of you, because of your show, and we loved it. So it's fun to hear that.
Oh,
People
good.
are exploring places that they normally wouldn't have explored. They're visiting restaurants and shops that they normally wouldn't have. And that's great. We love supporting local businesses, the local artisans, and promoting. We kind of feel like we're ambassadors for tourism in Massachusetts.
Well, I like that idea. By the way, I mean, you go out to the middle of the Commonwealth and out beyond the Concord, Connecticut River. I always say Concord because we have the Concord River here. Have you gone hunting with anybody out there?
Hunting.
Yeah, hunting.
No.
Haven't
but
gone
we
hunting.
have gone to a boxing ring.
We've been in a boxing ring in Whitman. Yeah,
All right.
that was fun. Neither one of us like boxing, but
No,
here
I
we
don't
were.
like it. I always think I got to take care of the people.
We have boxing in Lowell. There's the Golden Gloves they have here. You could come to see that. I mean, that's really popular. So I just want to talk about that. But I think we discussed something about we have Minutemen that have gone to the Battle of Concord and Lexington. They left Chelmsford, and every year the Minutemen here leave Chelmsford for Concord like 4 or 5 in the morning.
Wow.
And you want to meet them in Concord? Is that my understanding of your plans in the future?
Yes.
Yes, we're going to the reenactment of the Lexington-Concord battle in Lexington
Okay.
on April 15th. So
15th?
we will look for the Chelmsford constituent.
Okay.
We would love to do that, yes. We're actually going to go the day before, and we're going to get a camper van from Walden Camper Vans in Acton.
Wow, what a
And,
deal.
yeah, and they're going to give us a camper van to stay overnight because the reenactment starts early in the morning.
That's right. It does.
So we're going to explore, and I think there's some other events going around that, on Sunday and Monday. So we'll stay for that and the enactment. And
At the Old North Bridge in Concord, there are 2 deceased British soldiers that are buried right near the bridge. And every year the British consulate comes and lays a wreath at that monument. So try to corner the British consulate for other things.
okay,
It would be interesting. I think it's a female consulate now. I'd have to look that up, but he or she goes there every year to lay a wreath and so forth.
there's so much fun stuff going
Yeah.
on in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've gone to, we went to the state fair. We like to go to things like strawberry festivals.
Well, where
and,
is the state fair? Because a lot of people in Eastern Massachusetts
The Eastern
don't know where.
States. Eastern States Fair.
Eastern.
well,
State
that's what
Fair?
they call it. Yeah, the
the
Big
Big
E.
E. The
Okay,
Big E.
yeah, but what town is it in? Because people in Eastern Massachusetts don't know it exists.
Really?
Yeah,
It's in Springfield.
it's in Springfield.
Yeah.
I knew that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, Springfield. Most people here travel either north to go to the beach or go into Boston. Springfield is way out there.
It is. We actually went out to the Berkshires for 5 days last year.
Okay, cool.
And I had a Class C RV that we camped.
Okay.
For
cool.
5 days. We had one night in a beautiful B&B in Lee, Massachusetts, and so we went to 5 towns, and then we ended our week with going to the Big E. So that was fun because it's it's a 3-hour ride for
yeah.
us. So it was fun to do
It's
that.
about 2 hours for us. Straight shot right down the Route 2 or something.
Yeah, so you're closer here.
Yeah, yeah.
But this summer we're going to go to Tanglewood.
Wow, that should be
And-
great. I've been to Tanglewood.
Yeah, and that will kind of complete our Lennox show.
Because what happens in Tanglewood, and I only have a couple of minutes, there's the shed, and there are people outside the shed
Yes.
who play frisbee and they
Picnic.
and so forth. It's a lot of fun. I think you'd like that. I think people in this part of the state should go out to Lenox, Mass, at least once to see the
Definitely.
Boston
Absolutely.
Symphony Orchestra, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But we've done apple picking. We've helped make apple cider donuts. We've gone to maple sugar farms.
Cool.
Cranberry bogs to see how they
Yeah.
process the cranberries. We've done a lot of
I
fun
should take
stuff.
a camera with me and go to all these places.
You should.
You know,
You should.
and-
No, they're so, they're not far.
I love traveling. I like meeting people. It's great, and what's nice about living in Chelmsford is that you can go to the mountains in an hour or two, or you could go to the beach within an hour, or you could go to the big city within an hour.
That's the thing about
Yeah,
Massachusetts.
it
Like
is.
like she said, or we both said, it has everything, and
does.
we just love it. We love the state.
Yeah, and then where you guys live down close to the Cape, the Cape is wonderful. You've got all these beautiful things.
Yes, we do.
And people do, and there's a lot of national parks here.
Definitely.
That's another thing that you should put on your agenda. I think there's 12, 14, something like that, of national parks. But I'd like to thank you. It's kind of ended. And thank you for coming, both of you.